Let's go to Bill O'Reilly. Let's see his take on Occupy Wall Street. He's going to be talking to Juan Williams. Let's go to clip number 11.
Look at the Occupy Wall Street movement that you're seeing right there firsthand in New York. It's now spreading around the country. This weekend it's in L.A., San Francisco, Pittsburgh,
But you don't think this is spontaneous, do you? You don't think these demonstrations...
Yeah, I do. I think it's organic.
There's groups behind. These are professional people. These people, we said Jesse Waters out there. These people, they just wander around. They're not,
look, these are
Vietnam.
But they're jobless. They're jobless.
They're jobless because they don't want to work. They admitted it to us.
No, that's not true.
They won't work for the corporate demand.
There is high unemployment among young Americans because this economy is having such trouble, and young people are having a difficult time finding work.
If you have a college degree in this country, unemployment's 4.5%. Okay, Juan? So all of these people, all they have to do is take a shower, and they can get a job if they went to college. That's all.
Oh, you want to talk about smug, and you want to talk about condescending? Bill O'Reilly, man, nicely done. You outdid Aaron Burnett, and that was hard to do. First of all, did you see him contradicting himself in the middle of that basically less than a minute? He said, we went down there. We know they're all professionals. Here we go again with a conspiracy theory. Herman Cain has a conspiracy theory. Which professionals? But then he immediately turns around and goes, they're all bums. They don't want to work. They admitted it to us. Really? They admitted, yes, the people on Occupy Wall Street went over to Bill O'Reilly and said, I'm so sorry, we admit it, we're bums. Yeah, that happened. That's very likely. And he said, what do they do? They just wander around. Yeah, for example, they're doing a march today. So they wander from one part to another. That is called a protest, a march. That's how it works. And he said, they wander around. Why don't they just take a shower and they can get a job? Of course, he doesn't talk about how the unemployment rate is for young people. He says college graduates in general. He doesn't talk about non-college graduates. I guess he doesn't give a damn about them. None of that matters to Bill O'Reilly. We got over 9% unemployment. It will only matter to him when it comes to blaming President Obama for all of it. But when people are actually concerned about it, why don't they just take a shower? Here's more O'Reilly.
And you've gone after the oil companies.
Absolutely.
Right?
And GE and the banks, and the companies that don't pay taxes.
And all the bailouts for Wall Street.
Absolutely.
The bailouts makes people on the left
and the right upset. That's not what this is all about, Juan. That's not what this is all about. This is, I hate capitalism. I want this socialist nirvana. And I'm going to disrupt everybody's life to make my point. That's wrong.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. When did Bill O'Reilly become the spokesperson for Occupy Wall Street? I must have missed that memo. All of a sudden, O'Reilly knows, this is all about a socialist nirvana, okay? And they want to end capitalism. Really, who said that? I read the 22 declarations that they put out. That wasn't any of them. I talked to a lot of people. Nobody ever said they want to end capitalism. They say, hey, can you please stop buying our politicians? Nobody ever said there should be no banks. The question is, should the banks be allowed to purchase all of our politicians so that they get monopolies and they get rules in their favor? That's what the protest is about. But of course, O'Reilly knows that, doesn't want to acknowledge it. He just wants to say, they're just a bunch of bums who are communists and socialists and looking for that nirvana. All right, now Herman Cain has a similar theory. Let's go back up to clip 7.
Don't blame Wall Street. Don't blame the big banks. If you don't have a job and you're not rich, blame yourself.
You don't think the banks have anything to do with the crisis that we went into in 2008?
They did have something to do with the crisis that we went into in 2008, but we are not in 2008. We're in 2011. Okay? Yes, they had a big part to do with it, and obviously you could go back and say, okay, what did the banks do to do this? These demonstrations, I honestly don't understand. What are they looking for?
Well, that's because you're not that bright. They put out 22 declarations of what they're looking for, which are incredibly specific. Can you not read? Is that part of your problem? Okay? He says, I don't know. The poor banks. Oh, did they cause the crash back in 2008? Sure. But that's water under the bridge. It's 2011. When did everybody lose their jobs? After 2008, right? That's when we shot up to 9-10% unemployment. Oh, but now that doesn't count because people are supposed to just magically get jobs in an economy where there isn't. You know that there is 4.3 applicants per every job opening. So it's not like these people aren't looking. And here's the part I never understand. Okay, you had about, let's say, 4 to 5% unemployment. Now, then you had 9 to 10% unemployment. On average, about 5% unemployment added. Doubled, right? The unemployment did. So did that 5% of the population all of a sudden become bums? Or could it be that the economic circumstance created by the banks made the situation so bad that that 5% couldn't get jobs? Are they saying all of a sudden in 2008, 5% of the population was like, yeah, I'm a bum. I'm not going to take a shower. I want a socialist nirvana. And I'm going to blame the banks and I'm just going to sit on my ass. No, they're out there looking for a job and they can't find one. And Herman Cain, what a great summary of the Republican position. Well, why don't you just become rich? What are you guys complaining about? Just go be rich and then you wouldn't have a problem. Oh, is that right? Oh, okay. Oh, thanks. I didn't know that.